Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Corner Recruiting Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for AuburnSports.com. Dadgummit. Today is Wednesday, July the 30th for you. It is Tuesday evening, July the 29th for us. Keep that in mind moving forward. If we slip up with any today's, tomorrow's, or yesterday's, as always, we have a fantastic show for you today. We're gonna talk Auburn recruiting, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Auburn recruiting. We'll answer some questions from the bunker, answer some questions from the corner, dish out some how badges, and wrap it up. But I know it's going to be a fantastic show because it always is when these fantastic fellows are here with me. Their names are Cole Pinkston and Alan Head, and I say to them, "How about you, boys?
How about you?
How about you? How y'all doing tonight, man?" Yeah.
It's the summer lull, dude. It's like, it's the calm before the storm. It's the end of the lull. It's like, let's do it or let's don't.
Listen, summer's my favorite time of year. I love the heat. I love all that. I love yard work. I like getting out on the river. But this summer's wore me out, son.
It's been bad.
Well, I don't know why. I mean,
you're getting old, big dog.
Yeah. School's out. That's I found out that is tough right there.
Isn't it?
Dude, yes. Like you're almost excited. And not that you don't like spending time with your family or anything like that.
No, it's great. It's great. It's just, you got to work.
It's a lot, right? And then when they're there, you're not necessarily working the way that you want to.
Exactly.
Uninterrupted. You're not working uninterrupted. Let's get right to it, fellas. Let's talk about what they want us to talk about, the fans, the members of AuburnSports.com. Let's get right into it with some questions from the corner, questions from the bunker, or two message boards, fantastic message boards, fantastic community at AuburnSports.com. G. Russ leading us off. Is there any more info y'all have about Emmanuel Ruffin? Seems like he has appeared out of nowhere. He's a kid. He's a four-star defensive tackle. I think he's from the Birmingham area.
He is.
I can pull him up.
Yeah, he's from Bessemer City.
Bessemer, there you go.
And I'm almost positive that he transferred in from the state of North Carolina. I think that's kind of why he's late on the radar for us.
That makes sense.
Somebody that's popped up in camp season a little bit when people were able to lay eyes on him and evaluate him a little bit more. But nice frame. I mean, to me, he looks on tape a little bit like Ernest Rankins. Like from a skill set standpoint, that's kind of what I see. It's different body types, but similar skill set from like a production or a fit, because he'll play 5 tech, he'll slide to the 3, he'll even line up as the nose sometimes. So he's a guy that has some portability to him, a guy that can line up in different positions. I think at the next level, he probably settles in at 3 tech. I don't think he's got the twitch to play on the outside, but it'll be interesting to see. And I think he is an important piece to this class moving forward because you don't have anybody committed. And I do believe it's still easier to get somebody committed than it is to flip someone.
Just like you said. So middle of July, about 2 weeks ago, Chad Simmons had this story. And this is about the time he popped up on the hot board because it's about that time where he says, I'm hearing from Auburn now. I'm starting to hear from Auburn now that schools are showing interest. So he's kind of been on the board. I know Auburn's interested in him. I know after this story came out, there was some, legitimate inquiries from Auburn about what Ruffin was saying about them. There was some curiosity there. So I know there's some legitimate interest there. Says he visited in the spring, Cole. I don't remember him visiting.
I don't either. I was just thinking that because I was actually going to say, I think one of the reasons why it seems like he's popped up out of nowhere is because we didn't see him.
Right.
And we didn't notate that. And maybe we missed him. It's possible.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, we spent a lot of time up there. So,
and listen, in the spring, we were there. And if there was somebody there worth talking to, we talked to them. And we were made aware that they were worth talking to.
Yeah.
So,
but there was a couple visits that happened, Jeffrey, that we weren't around for. I mean,
sure.
You.
Well, on the practice days is when we were really there. Like he might have been in on an off day where we weren't there or something like that. Either way, but G. Russ, I think he's definitely somebody that Auburn's going to try to get back in for an official visit. I think definitely somebody I'm going to be tracking a little bit more. I think I've got him at 20%. The defensive line for the hot board is a mystery to me.
Yeah.
We talked. I saw Caleb Morris. Alan and Cole. You both have been harping on this kid from Sims, Alabama. He's committed to Mississippi State. He had a little high school PR press conference. I think it was Tuesday, and he mentioned that Auburn was pushing hardest for him. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. We all know he's on the board.
Yes.
So, but the defensive line board is something that we all three should probably spend a little bit more time on.
Yeah, I mean, we know the names. I think.
Sure.
I don't think there's any new names out there we're missing. I mean, obviously Ruffin, he's somebody we definitely got to pay attention to. I think Auburn's going to like him a lot if they don't already, and they haven't ranked him pretty high on their list. He's got that. I mean, like you said, Alan, he plays a lot of different spots, but I think he could grow into a nose, man.
He's a big old boy, ain't he?
Yeah, and we talked about it. Nose was a position that was kind of hard to come by in this class.
Sure.
Rodney Cleveland is one of the reasons we think he has got such a high value with so many schools, because he is a really good fit at nose. You bring this guy in, now you got another body like that.
6'3" and 290. That's a big old boy.
Yeah, he is. On tape, he looks a little taller than 6'3". I would bet 6'4", maybe.
Are you saying Malik Autry-ish?
A little, probably not that tall,
Okay.
not that long, not that big of a frame. I mean, Malik he's a big guy, man. He's a freak show.
He might be 6'6" with cleats on, right?
He's
Right.
up there. Yeah, he shaved it on down to 330 too as well.
Yeah.
His frame is such that I remember with Cole and I had discussions last year privately about, well, maybe he's going to play offensive tackle. Like maybe that's the spot that he ends up settling in at. Now he's come along at defensive line a lot sooner than some people anticipated. Hell, more than I anticipated, because I just didn't see it on tape a lot from him last year. But everything I've heard since he's been on campus is that the young man's really taken to Von Trail's coaching and has developed nicely for them, and they think he's going to be a contributor this year.
Adam P1, who are big-time players we can flip nearing December? Are we out of it with in-state guys like Tank Jones, C.D. Morgan? Big-time flips, guys. Who's on your radar?
Big-time flip.
Would Ernest Rankins be on there?
Yeah. Ernest would be on there. He's on my list.
Probably.
I mean, depending on what you consider big time, I'm still looking at Mississippi State. I'm still looking at Florida State. So Mississippi State would be Dalton Toothman and Caleb Morris. Florida State, now we know a couple. Ernest Rankins, Darrell Bell is another one. Yeah, and maybe we, sometimes we miss an official visit. I think the only two official visits Darrell Bell took were to Auburn and Florida State, if I'm not mistaken.
He was scheduled to take one to Alabama. I don't believe that took place. I think that got canceled.
The plot thickens there.
Linebackers, DBs. DBs was probably going to be, because all of the DBs are committed.
Yeah, Dylan Purder is
Dylan Purder.
Yeah, we've mentioned a lot for good reason.
Trey Bell, like you said.
Let me give you one on DB. I think Travis Stevenson is one to keep an eye on.
There you go.
I do honestly believe that's one. I've kind of dug around there. I think there's some legitimate traction on that. And he was scheduled to officially visit, ended up canceling and kind of firming up his commitment to Georgia Tech. I think that's one that could get interesting for Auburn.
Okay.
Caden Johnson, tight end, is committed to A&M as a guy.
Sure. Okay.
But if I'm talking big time, the two guys that I circle for me right now, Corey Wells from Texas, tackle from Mississippi. I think he is high on this staff's list and somebody they're going to pursue to the end. And Jaira Edwards committed to Alabama. Those are two to me that are top of the board guys that money is there for. Without a doubt, the question is, can you get them away from two really good programs right now that are going to have potentially big seasons on the field? I think Auburn would need to be in that 9-win variety probably to flip those two kids. Maybe not with Corey, because Texas has taken a glut of defensive tackles and you could load up on him, similar to kind of a Tavares Dice type situation last year for Florida, flipping him from Auburn.
That's right. Would you put Zion Ely on that list?
Absolutely.
That would.
Yes. Yes.
What about
I'm going to be
some of
curious
your
about that.
O-line guys like Claude Puma?
Yeah.
Is that
What
out?
about Doodles? Deron
Doodle.
Parks.
100%. I meant to add him in with Florida State guys.
Yeah. How about real quick though before we C.D. Morgan, Tank Jones? Do you see either one of those two happening?
I would lean more towards Tank even
Me
though
too.
Auburn's not in there.
Yeah.
I would lean more towards that one.
Yeah, Auburn
Yes.
doesn't even have a hat on the table with Tank Jones. C.D. Morgan committed to Alabama. I don't see that happening.
I just think CD is going to be such a hard flip because of who's around him. And I'm not saying like people are going to take this as me like twisting that they're bad people around him. That's not what I'm saying. I just think there's a lot of Alabama influence in that recruitment.
Yeah.
And that's going to be an incredibly tough recruitment for Auburn to win.
Sophie's Choice 8. She's a 6, by the way. Besides Jace Matthews and Braylon Womack, any other top targets announcing before the season? Off the top of my head, I mean, everybody's pretty much committed at this point. If you look at the hot board, they're all committed one way or the other, except for these two. I think that's about damn it. You think about, tight ends, wide receivers, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers. So I don't know of any others besides those two.
Emmanuel Ruffin, I believe I read that he was thinking about committing to, like, I think his finalists. He had some finalists like Ohio State and somebody else, LSU, something.
Let's see what Chad had something on him.
So
Chad says
he's uncommitted. That might be a guy.
Emmanuel Ruffin initially set to commit to either LSU or Ohio State in early July, but he decided to push things back. Sounds like they probably weren't ready to take him. Auburn is an in-state program to watch for the defensive lineman recruit, as he's been talking with the Tigers as much as any other staff. Ruffin is planning to take some visits for games this fall before he makes his decision.
Okay.
That's the latest from Chad Simmons as of yesterday. Yesterday being Monday. On Monday, Auburn sounds like they're pushing for him. That's kind of what we had heard.
Yeah.
And I think, like most targets, if they get him to officially visit, then that will kind of drive how hard they pursue him from there. I think that's kind of a launch spot for them. They want to get a feel for the kid's character, what drives him, what motivates him. Is he a cultural fit within the construct of what they're trying to bring to campus? So that will be a big one. If they get him on campus for an OV, we'll see where it goes.
I'll tell you what, I am going to concentrate, put a lot of my focus on Friday's hot board on the defensive line. I'm going to rework that board, and I'm going to do a better job on that. I'm going to have a much better read on the defensive line come Friday morning. So y'all keep an eye out for that. Bob Maplet Horpy, holy yeah, Maplet Horpy. What would you consider our biggest needs for the next recruiting class? We're talking 2027. Never too early, but you're looking at this is how I do it. What was your biggest needs this class? And you can put those at the bottom.
Well, this is where that NFL model gets interesting because
who you're losing,
you can't predict it, dude. You cannot predict it. You have an
idea. All things stay the same. Yeah, all things stay the same, which they never will.
Well, I think in Auburn's case, because they do put so much emphasis on retention, they know who they want to keep, and they know who they're going to prioritize to keep. So in that regard, they can look forward and go now in 27. And I've said this a few times. I think D-line, that's where it's at, because I don't expect this to be a big D-line class in 26, and I know how loaded that in-state class is.
You got to think wide receiver is going to be a pretty big class.
I think wide receiver is going to be a big class. I think corner is going to be a big class.
Yeah.
Because potentially losing Jay Crawford to the NFL, you have two guys right now that are transfers with 2 years worth of eligibility, but those expire after that. You brought the kid in from Tulane. You got Schrader in from Miami of Ohio. Both those guys only have 2 years left. So I think 27 is going to be big on the corner board, and that falls into that NFL model of a premium position, right?
Yeah.
You're always going to take cover guys. I think that's going to be an especially deep class, especially if you're only taking one in this class.
And at wide receiver, the 4 you signed in 2024, Cam's going to be eligibility-wise ready to leave.
Yes.
Malcolm's going to be ready to leave. Barry's going to be a redshirt junior, a redshirt senior.
Yes.
that next year Bryce Cain's going to be a redshirt senior that year, and all the transfers are going to be gone. So you're going to be 27 should be a big wide receiver class for Auburn.
Yeah. Wide receiver and corner are probably the two that stick out to me. And I think you're also going to have to go get out a blue chip quarterback. And not that
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because I think at a minimum, Jackson Arnold's coming off your book if he's still here. And if he's not, you probably have gone to the portal to supplement, and you're going to need to backfill on that.
Yeah, you're going all out for a big time quarterback, kind of like they did in 25 with Deuce.
Yeah. And you got some good ones in state. You got Phillip Rivers kid, who's probably top of the board.
Bobby Coleman.
Casey Myers.
Yeah, out of Auburn High School. Now, he was at Pike Road, correct?
Is that Pike Road? Yes, Pike Road. He had a good year. He transferred to Auburn High, so we'll get to see. He'll have some good. I mean, not that he didn't have good competition at Pike Road, but it's a step up at Auburn High.
Sure. There's another young man out of Milton that I know that they're extremely high on. I'm searching for his name right now, and my apologies on not having that one. But
I just saw his video today, as a matter of fact, on Twitter.
Yep.
God, what's his name? Little white kid.
I cut out, but did y'all say Trent Seaborn?
No. I love Trent Seaborn.
That's 4 in-state quarterbacks, by the way. That's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Who's the kid from Milton?
Let me pull it real quick.
That's Ryan G's boy, ain't it?
I think so.
Oh, the tight end?
No.
Quarterback?
Yes.
Derek Baker.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, yeah. He's been to campus a few times.
Been to campus a few times. I know the staff really, really likes him. And he hasn't played, to the best of my understanding. He's been backing up somebody, Luke Nickel, I think, for the last couple of years there at Milton. Now he's going to kind of be the featured starter, but a really athletic kid. And he's got a good frame. I think he's 6'1", 220-ish. I mean, real filled out.
Yeah, physical.
Yeah,
guy.
I think Luke was Ryan's quarterback, right? And he signed and went somewhere.
Miami.
Was it? Wow, good for him. I thought it was Vandy. Hey, Hendo let's prioritize here. Top 3 flip targets.
We're going by most flippable here?
Nah, let's go top. Well, let's do it both ways. Let's go most flippable, and then let's go who do you think are the actual top 3 flip targets on the board that they've just circled and said, here we go, boys.
I like it. Let's go top 3 on the board first. Ernest Rankins.
Corey Wells.
I wouldn't put him in. I'd put Corey on my list of top end of the board. I would not put him
I thought that's what we were doing. Top overall flip targets. Okay. I would say Jaira Edwards, Corey Wells.
Yep.
Is Ely in there?
I think so.
I put all 3. I think those 3 are your top 3.
Yeah.
What about running back? Do we think they're going to go after a running back or no?
If they're not named Jay Lamar or Xavier Crowell, no, I don't. I honestly think they're down to those 2, and they'll try to flip them. And I mean, I've got a better chance of being President Trump than I do.
Yeah. You got a better chance of getting Pamela Anderson wear makeup again. Lord have mercy. All right, so flippable, top 3 flippable guys.
I'm going to go Caleb Morris.
Yeah, Caleb Morris.
Good one.
Are you ready to go
KK Johnson?
Ready to go to Deron Parks yet?
I was actually going to go KK Johnson and Deron Parks. I think those are the 3 that
I agree.
That I'm going with.
How about Tootle?
I'm not there yet.
Not yet. I'm not canceling him out, Cole. He's honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not there yet. I know that they're still on him, that they still want him. I don't think he's as flippable as the other 3 we just listed.
Where does Nolan Wilson fall in this conversation for you?
I'm going to tell you somebody we don't talk about, and Cole talked about him a lot before he committed. I can't remember where he committed. He was an edge. Is it Jordan Carter, or is it?
Oh yeah, Jordan Carter. Yeah, he's committed to A&M.
And I'll tell you what, he just mentioned Auburn again here recently.
He's interesting.
Jordan Campbell, Miami.
Jordan Campbell.
Who's Jordan Carter? Was he 2026 class? I mean 2025.
He's 20. No, he's 26. He's committed to A&M. He's from Douglasville, Georgia.
Okay. Jordan Campbell is the one for some reason he mentioned Auburn.
He mentioned Auburn, but I think the story was, I think it was either Chad's story or whatever. They said, waiting to hear out Georgia. That's the one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then Jordan Carter, is he an edge?
He is. He was actually close to committing at one time when Josh Aldridge was still at Auburn.
Jordan Carter.
They had a really good relationship. I think Rock Bellantoni likes him too. He's just a guy you might want to keep warm.
Yeah. I remember Jordan Carter.
But a kid out of Georgia committed to A&M. If Auburn were to prioritize him, maybe that's one that you can absolutely get in on.
Mm-hmm. Wardam Don. How many high school players do we sign? Also, how many spots do we save for the portal? Numbers are so fluid, you know.
Yeah,
it's just. I think Alan, you said 15 to 20 or 16 to 20 or.
I had an initial range of 16 to 20. I've adjusted that to 18 to 20, and I'm standing firm on that.
I think that's about right. I might even go 18 to 22 because of you just never know.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I think like there's always a chance that it can go above that. But what I'm trying to balance,
you start winning and you start getting some guys.
Exactly.
You're probably going to process some dudes, some early guys, but you start winning, you start getting some guys you may not have gotten otherwise. You're not going to turn these cats down.
No, and it would have to be like if for us to get above like the 20 mark, in my opinion, you're taking guys that you would take over transfer portal prospects at that point. Like you're taking, a Zion Ely.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're taking money out of essentially what I call free agency. You're taking money out of an immediate need because you think the long-term value is there. It's not going to be and this is not a shot at this kid, but you're not doing that. You're not going above 20 for KK Johnson, right?
Right.
Like if you're KK and you're flipping to Auburn, you better get your spot now because if you get north of that number, then you're saving that money for immediate need.
Let's say that Auburn were to land Jace Matthews and Braylon Womack. That puts them at 13.
Correct. Well, really 12 because your long snapper's a walk-on.
Fair enough. Let's say 12 then. All these guys they're wanting to flip are top targets. We know that. I think it gets over 20 because I do think they'll have some success in flipping. And, it's kind of like once you get hot, you keep, you want these guys. They want to build it out of high school. That's the way they've been this whole time. I really feel like it'll get over that 20. I don't think it'll get far over 20, but I'm giving them credit that they're going to have a good season and that they're going to be able to flip.
If Hugh's got a chance to get a top 10 class by taking 23, he'll do
it. I believe I'm with you on that one. I'm just thinking more about what are you losing on your overall roster? Like, what's that number? How many kids are they going to kind of separate themselves from or push off the roster? Because I'm not going to pretend like that piece doesn't happen either. Like, who are they going to part ways with after the season? Like, what's that number?
The encouraged attrition.
Exactly. Culling the roster, I think, as you put it so delicately one time. But that will be another moving piece for us. Yes, where numbers get adjusted after the season, and we're thinking, okay, now we were thinking 18 to 20. Maybe it's more in that 23 range. Maybe it's less than that. It's so fluid.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, what's the minimum? Well, knowing everything we know about the roster right now, what do you think the minimum number of transfers they would take in the next one is? Is it like 10? Do you think they go as far as 15?
I think the number's closer to 8 to 10. I honestly do.
I hope so. I hope it continues to decline.
I fully believe Hugh when he says because of the youth on the roster. I mean, I really think they are looking to retain what they have brought in these last two recruiting classes and ensure that those stay put. And to do that, that will take money because we know how tampering works. And it's not that everybody's not doing it. Okay, everybody's doing it, but to keep the players you want on your roster, that's going to cost you. It's going to cost you to keep Cam Coleman. It just is what it is. It's going to cost you to keep Malcolm Simmons. So where do we see the immediate needs for me? It's offensive line.
Okay.
You're going to need a couple on the defensive line. You're going to need a tight end, and you're probably going to need an edge rusher. Those are the spots to me in the transfer portal where you're looking to invest. I love what they're doing with a young linebacker room. I think they're going to have a good haul there. I don't think you're going to need a lot of help in the corner room. Safety seems to be a very young room where I don't know that you're going to be adding a lot of pieces. But the ones I just talked about, defensive line, pass rush, tight end, offensive line, I think those are the spots you're absolutely going to have somebody, and maybe a wide receiver or two, contingent on what happens with Eric Singleton and who do you add in this recruiting class beyond Jace Matthews if you can land him.
And how expensive would Eric be, just like Cam?
Yeah.
It's going to be some money. Speaking of money, Tigers Unlimited. Who were the two most likely cornerbacks in the 2026 class? Cornerbacks.
We didn't mention TJ Umanure when we're talking about flips.
There you go.
That's a guy.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one.
Perder, pull up my board.
Maybe Perder. You could see that making sense, being that he's from Booker T.
Is he a corner? Is he a safety?
I think he's a corner.
Okay. Oh, I got him as a corner. That's right.
I think he's a corner for Auburn, but give me one of Stevenson, Perder, or Umanure. I think it's one of those three as of today. I mean, look, there may be another name that gets added to the board later on down the line that it ends up becoming, but I don't see it happening with Zion Gibson, and I really don't know beyond those four who's really even on the board.
Devontae Anderson, certainly not. If they wanted him, they would have got him in the first time around.
Exactly.
Dylan Porter, TJ Umanure, and Travis Stevenson. I think two of those most likely of those three. Wayne Henry, Braylon Womack at safety, maybe a Trey Bell, Jyra Edwards. There's your DBs. I think those are your top DBs. J. Lee Spinkhead, hey! Given the current list of commits and the roster, what positions do you believe the staff will target in the portal? You just mentioned this, Alan. You said, say it again because I wasn't listening. I think you said an edge rusher, a tight end, some offensive linemen.
Yes, to include an offensive tackle and guard, and then some interior defensive line help. I think you're going to have somebody just to continue to bridge the gap. Again, you really like the young pieces on this roster, but when you're losing the volume that you're losing from the room this year, Cole, what are they losing? 4 interior guys, I think. Wow. Potentially 5 if Keldrick Falk turns pro.
Probably 5.
Yeah. I mean, so you're going to have to get a couple guys from the portal, even though you really like the young talent.
That's what I was going to say, because all the rest is freshman, sophomore, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mostly freshmen.
Amaris Williams will be a junior, and him and Blockton are probably your 2 veterans that you're returning at that point. So a lot of youth in that room, if the ceiling hits for these guys, you're in fantastic shape, but you probably need some nice floor pieces to complement them. And that's what you'll do by going into the portal, is to kind of shore up the floor of what that room will be.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting to see. I'm curious to see what Auburn does this year in the D-line class. We'll see. Hopefully, like I said, we'll see. Things start turning around for the D-line recruiting. Wiggle WDE. Who are the top 3 offensive defensive recruits that are must-haves in this class and must-haves? I don't think anybody likes that word.
No, and I'll be honest with you. I think Auburn just checked 2 of their must-haves off the list.
Completely agree.
I mean, Wilson we're going with Zier now, right? It is no longer Zier, it is Zier.
That's how I've been saying it.
Well, I actually looked it up in the enunciation guide, and it is Zier for sure.
Zier. Wilson Zier.
There's actually interviews with his brother where he said Zier, and people just kind of like looked over it and still called him Zier.
Jacquez Wilson Zier.
Yes, those were absolutely 2 that you needed to have. I think the 2 that are coming up to commit next are your other 2. I think Braylon Womack and Jace Matthews are must-haves in this class. If you're going to be in the top 15 in recruiting, those are 2 that you've absolutely got to land, because I think they are guys that are ceiling setters for this class.
Yeah. I don't think it goes too much further outside of that, even though you asked for 3.
Well, I mean, you can make a case for some like Goon. Auburn had to have Goon.
Yeah.
Big one.
I think if I were making the case for somebody else, I'm going to go interior defensive line. It's going to be Corey Wells.
Mm-hmm.
That is a must-have to me. You've got to have an interior defensive lineman. I think he's the number 1 on their board. And then probably quarterback, I'll go Peyton Falzone.
Sure.
I think he's probably the other must-have just to check the box. Or you could go Hezekiah Harris if you wanted to say that.
I was looking at him too.
I think Hezekiah probably makes more sense. Pass rusher, you had to have one in this class. You've got one. And one with the ceiling that's NFL. It just Hezzy's floor to me makes me a little uneasy because he is still raw in some areas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Last question of the night goes to B-Rad is Rad. Great movie. Can you go through the top 10 to 15 in-state recruits and where we stand with them?
Sure.
Let me pull them up. Seriously, I'll pull them up real quick. Deshaun Spencer, he's probably one of them. He's got, here you go. He's number 20.
Be. If he's not,
I've got all right, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Let's share the screen. We'll go right here. Tank Jones, we talked about him. Let me see if I can increase that. Does that help any?
Enhance. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Enhance.
I'll see
Enhance.
that. So top 4, I don't see any of the top 4 signing with Auburn.
No.
Okay.
No.
Landon Duckworth is not signing with Auburn. Jacquez Wilkes is. Hezekiah Harris.
I would never say never with a guy like Landon Duckworth just because I know how it goes, but don't expect it. Wilkes, Harris, yes. Vonnie Cleveland, I'm still watching. We haven't mentioned him, but still watching him for sure.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Keon Chapman, I don't know what happened there. That just Auburn just never really had a.
You know what that tells me? He's probably overrated by the services if they have him as number 8 overall and he's going to North Carolina.
Possible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the number 2 wide receiver in the state, according to this ranking.
Yeah, they got him over Mark. I mean, this is your industry ranking. So altogether, everybody thinks he's.
I think ESPN's the one that's got a real high grade on him, if I remember correctly. Like if you clicked on his profile, I think it's.
Yeah, ESPN, 68 overall.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'm not. When I watch his highlights, I don't see that. I think he's a blue chip kid. I just think he's probably back end of your top 300. I don't think he's a top 100 type player.
Not a name we've heard a lot since. It's been a long time since I heard.
He was at A-Day actually, but yeah,
that's probably the last time I heard his name.
Yeah, same.
Vodney, I'm with Cole here. I think he's still in play.
I do too. Marquez Daniel, do y'all think that's in play at all?
Maybe.
I don't think it is as much as it was. I really believe if Auburn could get Jace Matthews and Deshaun Spencer, they'd call it a freaking day.
I think so. Yeah, makes
sense. I'm not holding my breath on Marquez Daniel, and I think he's not a blue chip elite guy. I think given the opportunity or the option, I think Auburn would take Deshaun Spencer over Marquez Daniel.
Well, when you start weighing price point and return on investment,
yeah,
what is it going to cost me to flip that one from Florida? And am I all in? Do I love this kid or do I just like this kid? And I think you have to consider that. I know that people love to say, you know what, you got to get all the 4 and 5 star players you can. And I get that. But I think in today's world where you do have a budget, and I'm not talking about like the cap budget. I'm just saying Auburn's got resources and there's a number on top of those resources, right? And so there are some places where you have to create value for yourself on the roster. And if you like a kid like Deshaun Spencer, who you think projects extremely well to what you do, and he's going to cost you half of what Marquez Daniel costs you, that's where you take that gamble on investment.
Yeah. Your second guy, and this is the ROI, is all about ROI here.
Yes.
Your return on investment. And you think he's got a higher return of investment, Deshaun Spencer being than Marquez Daniel. Dylan Berger, we certainly think he's flippable.
Yes, I do.
We've talked a lot about Emmanuel Ruffin. Hell, Auburn's certainly in it with him. Shadarius Tootle. Wow, number 13, not even a top 10 anymore. Yep. Well, if he was still committed to Auburn, people would be pulling their hair out crying about these rankings.
I think he's very flippable. I think he's absolutely on the list that Auburn still wants him. And that's one where the numbers might have grown at that position, whereas I thought it might be 2 to 3 earlier on. I do believe it is 3 to 4, with DJ Barber's removal from the team being a factor in that.
Corey Barber, Ole Miss, committed Ole Miss. Really haven't heard him with Auburn in a while.
Yeah, no.
JJ Bush, T-Will come down here and got a good one. I like JJ Bush. Auburn wasn't very high on him. Didn't make a big move for him, but Travis Williams came down and got him out of South Alabama. Good player.
Theodore, right?
Theodore, Alabama.
Theodore.
I just bought Brooks some OnCloud. That's why I got the ad over there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Also, Skinny Pop. Never heard of it, but whatever. Cameron Ryan Johnson. Well, committed to Alabama. Did Auburn really push for him?
No.
Negative.
I've never heard of Moala, but he's a Thompson kid.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him, actually.
Keywan Johnson, he's South Carolina. Never really heard of him. Woodlawn. Yeah. Keenan, I thought he was going to end up at Arkansas with Travis, but he is committed to South Carolina. And then there's your boy, Deshaun Spencer.
Yes.
At number 20.
Committed to Duke. Yeah, I think if Duke holds on to him, they've got a steal right there.
Right on. We'll get it. Well, man, it's amazing. Like after about 12, 13, Auburn really hasn't pushed for a lot of these kids.
No, they haven't. It used to be different. Like you remember when Auburn would like almost get. No offense to guys like Daniel Foster Allen or Cam Stutz, but they were lower on the state lists. They'd be committed early.
Well, and that was
this class is not very deep either in state.
I don't think it's very deep, and I also think the portal has kind of changed some things for Auburn as far as how they approach the board. And then again, I believe this is going to be a smaller class. I honestly don't see this class getting over 20 unless it is an elite prospect. Again, if a Zion Ely wants in, you're going to take him. Okay. If Jaira Edwards wants in, you're going to take him. There are spots for that. And that eats away at potentially what you're going to do in the portal, but it's because you believe that the ceiling on those kids is through the roof and it adds to your room.
Good stuff. Good questions. Great show. I'm going to get to some how about you because I was on hiatus last week. So I've got 7. Let me just reel them off real quick. I don't know why. I'm just as far as their qualifications for making this, but I'll just read them off. How about you to Duke OT? How about you, big dog? How about you to Buckhead Ram? Buckhead Ram? How about you, big dog? I cannot believe this. How about you to Uncle Baby Billy?
Oh, wow. What did Uncle Baby Billy do?
I don't know. I probably should go back and look at the phone, but I was like, I cannot believe this. Uncle Baby Billy. And then I was quoting him today around supper time. Luke passed Win. I said, boy, did you just pass Win? You want to go in there and wash that? That's disgusting. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Hell yeah, man, dude. Okay. The gemstone, the righteous gemstones is like, that gets a lot of play.
Yeah, well, you just passed Win?
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. I don't watch it.
You want to go in there and wash it?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to.
Uncle Baby Billy's magic elixir.
Yeah. If I wish he had more. I wish he was more involved. He's fantastic. How about you two? She Brandon on my cocks till I'm hard.
What a name.
I've been waiting for the day that he got one.
How about you to Tecmo 34?
Really?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I had a couple of like double takes on these. I must have been in a good mood.
Yeah, I think you were.
Because listen to this next one. How about you to Barner freaking Becca 98?
Okay.
Now that one's deserving. I think that one's deserving. She's been
I
everywhere.
think that's her first
It is.
like true. How about you?
Yeah.
I think we'd thrown her a female. How about you?
We've
No
definitely
offense, MLC.
She got a mention from me during our "How About You" section one night, and I said, and you said, "No, let's let her earn it.
Make her earn it.
Let's let her earn it.
Make her earn it." And how about you to early 2010s
Zaxby's. I like it.
Well, hey, that was peak Zaxby's, baby. Early 2010s was peak Zaxby's.
I agree, because what pre-Zaxby's, it was Guthrie's, right?
Yeah,
Guthrie's is good too.
Mm-hmm.
Next we got the wings though. That's why I like Zaxby's.
They got wings and things.
That's
Count
one of the
me
best.
in, big dog.
That's one of the best fast food items you can get. You get everything.
2011, you went. If I went to Zaxby's, I got the wings and things. Matter of fact, I think me and B Matt used to go get wings and things.
Shoot, I'll get the wings and things right now if you don't
I hear
want.
you. I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid.
The pre-voodoo days, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's it for me, fellas.
I have 3.
All right.
Alan, I guess I'll go ahead here.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, 2 of my How About You's asked questions tonight. G. Russ.
G. Russ.
He started us off, I think. And G. Russ, man, I've been needing to give him one. He is not a big commenter. Doesn't say a whole lot, but been with us since like day one.
Oh.
And he loves my breakdown threads. He's all in it. So I got to give him one.
Big.
AU, the other one that asked question was "Be rad is rad."
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Words of encouragement.
Okay.
Words of encouragement. Great message from him. Appreciate it. AU Caboose is my third one.
Okay.
Guy posted today or on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor on Friday? Question mark. July 29th. He's asking this question. Really? First comment. It's not that it's a funny comment. It's that they were able to get it in so quickly. AU Caboose first comment within seconds. Yeah, man, I hate having to wait one less day for Auburn football. That sucks. It's good. Got me. So, AU Caboose.
Is Cole frozen or is he done?
I think. Oh,
I was trying to figure out what Uncle Baby Billy did.
Doing some recon over there.
Yeah, and it was OP got a butt whooping, but I can't remember what it was. But somebody had whatever. I felt him on that one.
I got you,
Uncle Baby Billy.
Okay, for me, I've got 4 this week.
Okay.
First one on the docket is block or charge.
Okay.
He actually, block or charge, is my former junior varsity and B team basketball coach. Started the thread. Yeah, he started the thread asking like, "Hey, did you go to XYZ school?" Turned out we swapped a couple of DMs. But how about you to block or charge?
Wait, Alan, is he the one that made the post? Alan Head, is he from Elba? Is he the one that made that post the other day?
No, he actually coached at Kinston. I went to Kinston for about 3 years.
Somebody made a post where they're like, Alan Head, is that guy from Elba or something?
Yes, that's the guy.
Okay.
That's the guy. But really good guy. I'm not going to throw his name out. He might not want to be doxxed on the show that way. But Coach K, how about you? And definitely appreciate you. Sauls gets one from me for making Zach blush before the show. So make sure you check our questions thread there. Bob Mapplethorpe, just for being Bob Mapplethorpe, one of my favorites. And then Phone in that same thread that Blocker Charge started. Blocker Charge goes, I coached you at Kinston on B team. And Phone goes, no way, you must be mistaken. Alan Head wasn't on B team. He was on varsity since 7th grade. Thank you, Phone. I appreciate that, big dog.
Phone's one of the good ones, man.
Yes.
I like Phone. He's fantastic. All of them, man. They got their moments. All of them have their moments. Most of them are fantastic.
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right, that's going to do it this week, folks. We're going to. I tell you what. First of all, we're going. I want to say a special how about you to all the corner members that have been with us since day one, like
For
G.
sure.
Russ. On August the 1st, it will be our 4-year anniversary. We'll turn 4 years old, and for all the folks that's been with us and all the folks that joined us along the way, huge how about you to all of you. We built a fantastic site, and it was all for you guys, and y'all made it possible. So big happy birthday. Pour out some for Auburn Live.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how about you?
There you
To,
go.
how about you to Auburn Live, by George? How about you to Auburn
And
Live?
that's 4 years. That'll be 4 years for me because I
There you
started
go.
on the day. Which, by the way,
August
pro
1st,
tip:
2020.
you can click on their profile and it tells you the day they joined. Did you
Mhm.
know this?
I did.
That's how I knew. G Rush, August 6, 2021. So
That's
like 5 days
wild.
in.
That is wild that it's been 4 years since this site started.
It is, isn't it?
It
Yeah, 4
is.
years. 4 years. How long it took me to get to be a sophomore in college.
Same. Exact same.
I ain't kidding. Oh man, yeah. Honestly, man, we appreciate it. Oh, now listen, we've got an even better situation now. Auburn Sports with JG, B, Matt, Caleb coming over. Super side. I can't wait to see what the season's going to be like as far as coverage goes. You know, Wednesday is first open practice, if I'm not mistaken. Cole. Yes, Wednesday afternoon, and then Hugh Freeze is talking Wednesday morning. So a lot of stuff getting going this week, and auburnsports.com will be there to cover it all. Y'all stick with us and see how this goes, man. We're trying to build a big super site. I think we're in the midst of doing it. So stay tuned. Appreciate everybody listening, man. That's going to do it. Look for Sunday night. We'll be back with the corner call-in show, and then we'll be back next week for another recruiting show. Stay tuned to auburnsports.com. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for watching. For Cole, for Alan, for Zach in the back who stayed in the back. I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all stay that left lane. See you.